Y'all finna make me mad at the Olmecs. Y'all finna make me mad at the Olmecs. And I like the niggas. You see what I'm saying? But y'all spreading this shit out too thin. For real. A little bit over here, a little bit over there, a little bit over here, a little bit over there. Man, I like the Olmec too. I like the Olmec too. You see what I'm saying? And I'm talking, hold on, first of all, I'm talking to those who know. Those who don't know, this don't pertain to you. You need to go do some research. But y'all finna make me mad at the Omax, man. For real. And from the day one, I looked into that story, man. And I've been studying that story for years. I've been certain I got all his books. Uh Brother Hotel, I got his books. Uh I mean a lot of them. You see what I'm saying? Even got a couple Dr. Yorks. You see what I'm saying? Got like a couple Dr. Yorks. But see, the Moors say they the Olmecs, the Hebrews, I mean the indigenous crew say they the Olmecs. You see what I'm saying? All the conscious Negroes say they the Olmecs. See, you starting to do the same thing, tribalism. You see what I'm saying? Some niggas is Moors, some niggas is Hebrew, some niggas is black Muslims, some niggas is Buddhist, some niggas is Rasta, some niggas is Kemetic, some niggas is just all of Africa, which that I am. See what I'm saying? I ain't doing it. I can't do it, bro. I can't fall into that. That's what I was talking about when I was talking about the DNA shit. You see what I don't want. I I don't want nothing to affect the way I think, man. And that would definitely affect the way that I think. You see what I'm saying? Maybe it wouldn't. I don't know. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna find out though. I'm gonna find. I'm not, and I'm gonna do a video too. We gonna do a video too. I done came. I said I wasn't gonna do the test, but then I said okay, we gonna do it. But then I said I wasn't gonna do a video about it. Now I say we gonna do it. We gonna do the test, then we gonna do the video, family. So be looking for that. Y'all like, subscribe, and share too. But anyway, don't make me mad. Abu Kari the second left the throne of Mali, right? And he said, and this is in Mali and Timbuktu. This is in record, man. This is in record that they wrote for themselves. This is in his biography. This is part of his story. Okay? He leaves the throne of Mali. This how Mansa Musa came into power. Now, everybody know Mansa Musa. Okay, so he goes to say he going to the big continent in the west. He took what 2,000 ships, all kind of provisions. You see what I'm saying? And he sailed off. You see what I'm saying? All kind of gifts and all that. Say he was going to find his brothers that went to the west 5,000 years ago. Now you talk about this the 1300s, man. You see what the 1300s, man. This before the Europeans and all that. You see what I'm saying? So Abu Kari II was never seen again. So by him leaving the throne, his brother or his uncle one, his uncle, I think. Might be his brother. Anyway, he inherits the throne and becomes the richest man to ever live. Now you could just Google it. Those of y'all that don't do no studying, just Google the richest man to ever live and just see who pop up. Ain't gonna be nobody else. You gonna see who it's gonna be. Not know nobody else. You gonna see who it's gonna be. But anyway, and we'll talk about the story of Mansa Musa later. One ship goes back to Mali to deliver this story. He gets back and say, yo, and I know the whole story. Like in my head for years, I would just be thinking about this story. I'd be dreaming about it and everything. Okay. So for years, I mean, says when they got to the middle of the ocean, one current took a bunch of ships one way, one current went going like north towards north, because they're in the middle of the Atlantic, and one took them going south. Now, when you get on American soil, when by the time the Europeans come, they telling the Europeans about this story. They tell them even today, a lot of them currents, that's what that was that, sailed them away, that he was talking back in Mali about what happened to Abu Kari now. But when you talk to the Taino Indians and all that, they tell the European about this story. You see what I'm saying? And they seeing Christopher Columbus and all of them. See, they 200, 300 years later. They seeing Africans leaving. And they write this down in record. Right now, everybody know this, but the Americans, it seemed like, the Freemasons, they know it. You see what I'm saying? That's a part of the history. You see what I'm saying? So, but that's how Mansa Musa inherits his throne. But so we get, a lot of the conscious brothers and sisters know this story in and out. It's like a bedtime story you could tell your children at night. You see, that's the importance of knowing your history too. That's the oral history. You see what I'm saying? And we're gonna talk about that. But we can't get enamored with these stories, man, and start scattering ourselves out. And I always be trying to think, how can I solve this problem, man? How can I get us to be, maybe not everybody be the same. I'm just saying maybe on one wavelength. How can we make that happen? You see what I'm saying? And I think about this all the time. You see what I'm saying? And I try to come up with ways in my mind, the best strategy to use. So like I said, don't nobody want to say African or Africa or none of that. So I just start saying Al-Kebulan. So it's come off the tongue smooth and everything. And they give you everything that we need. You see what I'm saying? But that way you can still claim your little tribe, whether you in Africa or in the diaspora, you can claim whichever one you want. But just at the end of the day, we Al-Kebulanians. Can we reside on that, family? Can we talk about that? You see what I'm saying? And instead of all these different nationalities and all of that, you see what I'm saying? And then all the conscious groups want to link to the Olmecs, and they right by doing it, but quit spreading it out so thin and having all these different names. Some of them say that they're Aboriginal. Some of them say that they're Moors. Some of them say that they're Hebrew Israelites. Some of them say that the scientists and everybody that was digging was saying they was Egyptians and Nubians. I don't know what happened to, Abu Kari II, when he talking about 5,000 years ago, he going to look for his brothers. That's who he was talking about. He talking about the Nubians and Egyptians because they had that's how we know West Africa is connected to Egypt, because a lot of the scribes ran down to Egypt and gave them this information, these ancient maps, on how to get to the Western continent, North, South, and Central America. You see what I'm saying? But please don't be so enamored with certain parts of our story where we get stuck and can't keep studying, because the more we study, the more we'll come together. That's what was so important about the Nile Valley culture. It's the only, it was the only time, because we always had different little tribes, but it was the only time where different little tribes can get along, where it wasn't so much confusion, war, and craziness, okay? So, peace, family. I hope y'all like that story. Y'all like, subscribe, and share. Let's come together as a people. Global, Al-Kebulan, Global Africans. Drop out.